Hello students, welcome to our new class. My name is Margarita and I'm your English teacher. So for our next class, we are going to talk about the simple present, affirmative and negative statements. This lesson is divided in two parts. In the first part, we are going to talk about how to use affirmative and negative statements. And in the second part, we are going to learn two kinds of questions, yes and no questions and information questions. So let's start. The simple present tense is used to express habits, general truth, repeated actions or unchanging situations, emotions, and wishes. For example, here I have I smoke is a habit that have a person, right? I smoke, for example, I smoke one cigarette every day, or maybe I smoke 3 cigarettes per week, right? Could be. The other says I work in London. This is an unchanging situation or a repeated action, things that do every day, like an schedule, un horario, okay? Could be I study abroad, I live in Pura, or I uh, I get up, right? I get up at 7 a.m. I take a shower, maybe I take a shower. The other says London is a large city. This is a general truth. London is a large city. Like for example, could be Machu Picchu is the wonder of the world, right? This is a general truth. Next is to give instruction or directions, okay? Direcciones, instrucciones. You walk for 200 meters, then you turn left, right? Caminas por 200 metros y luego volteas a la izquierda. Una dirección, una instrucción que le das a alguna persona. To express future arrangement, present or future could be, for example, your exam starts at 9, right? The examen comienza a las 9. It's something like the future, right? Or for example, the school, right? The school starts at 7 a.m., right? Or the movie, la película, the movie starts at 9 and finish at 11, for example, right? La película empieza a las 9 y termina a las 11. Okay, the simple present tense is simple to form. Just use the base form of the verb. Here we use the personal pronouns, right? Los pronombres personales. For example, says I take, you take, we take, and they take. The third person singular adds an S at the end. Para la tercera persona en singular, nosotros le agregamos una S al final del verbo. For example, he takes, she takes, it takes. Okay? When we work with a simple present, always we are gonna divide in two groups. The first group that use, right, sentences that use I, you, we, and they. And the second group are sentences that use he, she, and it. But here we add S to the end, right? Para he, she, and it, le agregamos al verbo una S al final. For example, here we have I work in an office. I work in an office. Here the sentence is with I. Therefore, we don't need to add anything. ¿Ok? Tenemos aquí la oración que es con el pronombre I. Por lo tanto, el verbo que es work no le agregamos una S. ¿Ok? The other example says Tony worked in an office. Here we have a pronoun Tony. Tony viene a ser he. Therefore, to the verb we have to add an S, right? Por lo tanto, al verbo le tenemos que agregar una S. Says Tony worked in an office. The correct answer is Tony or he works in an office. ¿Ok? Aquí al verbo work nosotros le tenemos que agregar una S porque tenemos el pronombre he. The next example. We live in Canada. As these sentences is we don't do anything to the verb only. ¿Ok? Aquí no le tenemos que agregar nada al verbo porque el verbo está con el pronombre we. We live in Canada. ¿Ok? Live queda igual. The other example is Anne live in the US. How what you can substitute Anne? It uses she. We add an S. She lives in the US. Okay, here we have to add the S because we have she. Aquí le tenemos que agregar una S al verbo porque tenemos el pronombre she. She lives in the US. Okay. The next example. The children eat in the house. As you know, the children are many people. Children, los niños. It will be they, right? They eat in the house. Aquí no le agregamos al verbo nada tampoco porque the children viene a ser they y they al verbo no se le agrega nada. The children eat in the house. In the other example, says the dog eat in the garden. Oh, here we have the dog. The dog viene a ser eat. Por lo tanto, al verbo le tenemos que agregar una S. The dog or it eats in the garden. The dog eats in the garden or it eats in the garden, right? El perro come en el jardín o aquel come en el jardín. Aquí le agregamos la S porque tenemos el pronombre it. Okay, the next example. You read books. You read books. Here we have you. Therefore, read stay equal. Okay. Aquí tenemos you. Por lo tanto, el verbo que es read queda igual. No se le va a agregar una S. The other example says Mrs. Garcia read magazines. Mrs. Garcia read magazines. Here, Mrs. Garcia is a woman. So, we substitute with she. She. And when we have she, we have to add s to the verb, right? She reads magazines. ¿Okay? Cuando tenemos she, le tenemos que agregar una s al verbo. Por lo tanto, le agregamos una s a read. She reads magazine. Okay. Negative statements. Remember, sentences with we, they, we use don't. Okay? The sentences with the personal pronouns I, we, you, and they, we have to use don't. And when we have she, he, and it, we use doesn't. For example, I work in an office. I work in an office, right? The negative will be I don't work in an office, okay? The negative is before the word, the verb, sorry, okay? El negativo va antes que el verbo. I work in an office. Negative, I don't work in an office. Okay? El negativo siempre va a ir antes del verbo. In the other example says Tony works in an office. Okay? Remember, when we have she, he, or it, we add s to the verb. But here, for negative statements, we are gonna have a problem. Okay? We have the auxiliary verb that is doesn't. Therefore, we have to eliminate the s when the sentence is in negative. ¿Ok? Cuando el verbo está en negativo en segunda persona, nosotros le tenemos que eliminar la s al verbo. For example, we have here Tony works in an office. He doesn't work in an office. Okay? He doesn't work in an office. Aquí eliminamos la S. Cuando la oración está en negativo, le tenemos que eliminar la S al verbo. Okay? In the other, we have we live in Canada. We are gonna use don't, right? We are gonna use don't. We live in Canada. In negative will be we don't live in Canada. Okay? Nosotros no vivimos en Canadá. We don't live. Remember that the don't is before the verb. Okay? Recuerden que el negativo don't va antes del verbo, no después. Okay? In the other example, we have Anne lives in the US. Anne lives in the US. El verbo lo tenemos con S. Al pasarlo al negativo, ¿qué es lo que vamos a hacer? Vamos a eliminar la S. Anne, or in this case, she, doesn't live in the US. ¿Ok? Ella no vive en los Estados Unidos. Aquí hemos eliminado la S. ¿Por qué? Porque ya hemos agregado el verbo auxiliar que es el doesn't. Por lo tanto, eliminamos la S del verbo. In the other example, the children eat in the house. The children will be they, right? They. Therefore, we work with don't. The negative, don't. They don't eat in the house. Aquí usamos don't porque el pronombre que vamos a usar es they. The children viene a ser they. They don't eat in the house. The other example, the dog eats in the garden. The dog viene a ser eat. Por lo tanto, vamos a usar doesn't. It doesn't, oh, here. Aquí, ¿qué es lo que tenemos? Al verbo le vamos a tener que eliminar la S. It doesn't eat. It doesn't eat in the garden. ¿Ok? Eliminamos la S del verbo porque ya tenemos el verbo auxiliar que es el doesn't. The other example says, you read books. We have here you. Therefore, we are gonna use don't. ¿Ok? Aquí tenemos you, por lo tanto vamos a usar en negativo don't. You don't read books. ¿Ok? Tú o ustedes no leen libros. The other example says, Mrs. Garcia reads magazines, right? Mrs. Garcia reads magazines. In negative, here we change. Aquí cambiamos Mrs. Garcia por el pronombre she. She doesn't read magazines. Remember that here we eliminate the S. Recuerden que aquí eliminamos la S al verbo. ¿Por qué? Porque ya tenemos el auxiliar doesn't. ¿Ok? She doesn't read magazines. Recuerden que el negativo va siempre antes del verbo. ¿Ok? Read here. When the verbs end in O, S, SH, CH, X or V, we add ES. ¿Ok? Cuando los verbos terminan en O, S, SH, CH, X o Z, al verbo le vamos a agregar ES. ¿Ok? Not only S. No solo S. Le vamos a agregar ES. For example, here we have go. Go. And when we have she, he, or it, we add S. Goes. Cuando tenemos go al verbo, le vamos a agregar ES si lo tenemos en tercera persona. Si tenemos she, he o it, vamos a usar goes. Okay? The other is kiss. Kiss, remember, we use when we have I, you, they, and we. En kisses vamos a usarlo cuando tenemos she, he o it. ¿Ok? Kiss lo usamos cuando tenemos I, you, they, and we. Y kisses, que le agregamos ES porque termina kiss, termina en S, le agregamos ES. Kisses lo usamos si es que tenemos el pronombre she, he o it. Wash. Here the verb ends in SH. Aquí el verbo termina en SH. Therefore, we add is. ¿Ok? El verbo termina en SH, por lo tanto, le agregamos una ES. Wash, washes. ¿Ok? The other is watch. Termina en CH. Le vamos a agregar al verbo una ES. Watch, watches. ¿Ok? The other is fix. Fix ends in X. Aquí el verbo termina en X. Por lo tanto, al verbo le vamos a agregar ES. Fixes. ¿Ok? Here we have bus. bus and in Z. Bus termina en Z. Por lo tanto, le agregamos ES. Buses. ¿Ok? Remember, we use this only when we have he, she, or it. Recuerden que solo usamos esto cuando tenemos los pronombres she, he o it. Like, for example, he goes, she goes, it goes. If we put she go, it's not correct. Okay, it's wrong. Also, when the verb ends in Y and collocate a consonant, we remove the Y and we add ES. ¿Ok? Cuando el verbo termina en Y y colocamos una consonante, ¿qué es lo que vamos a hacer? Vamos a remover la Y y vamos a agregar IES. For example, study, eliminate Y and we add ES. En study eliminamos la Y y le vamos a agregar ES. For example, studies. Okay, he studies English. Okay, he studies English. We study English. Then we have we, they, I, and you. The verb stay equal. Remember. Okay. Recuerden que cuando tenemos we, they, I, el verbo va a quedarse igual, estar. Pero si tenemos she, he o it, le vamos a agregar IES. IES. The other is cry. The same. We change, we remove Y and add ES. Cry, cries. ¿Ok? Igual cry termina en Y. Por lo tanto, le vamos a agregar ES. Cries. She cries a lot. Ella llora mucho. But here there is an exception for play. ¿Ok? Aquí hay una excepción. Para play, lo único que vamos a hacer es agregarle la S. It's like a stay. When we have a stay, also we add only S, no ES. ¿Ok? He plays football. No le agregamos IES. ¿Ok? A play no le agregamos IES. Solamente le agregamos la S normal. Ok, let's review. Here I have an example. Ok, here we have to change the sentence. If the sentence is in affirmative, you convert in negative. If the sentence is in negative, you convert in affirmative. ¿Ok? Si la oración está en negativo, tú lo conviertes a afirmativo. Y si la oración está en afirmativo, la vamos a convertir en negativo. Here we have an example. I drink a coffee or I drink coffee. This example is in negative or in affirmative. Okay, this is in affirmative. I drink coffee. Therefore, we are gonna convert to negative form. What we use? Don't or doesn't. Okay, we use don't. I don't cry. I don't drink coffee. Sorry, I don't drink coffee. Okay, I drink coffee, bebo café. In negative, I don't drink coffee. ¿Por qué usamos don't? Porque tenemos el pronombre I. Right? The other says Sue. Sue drinks tea. What is negative or affirmative? Right, we have another affirmative. So if we had Sue, we are gonna use don't or doesn't. Okay, we are gonna use doesn't. Sue is like she. Sue drinks tea. Sue or she doesn't drink tea. What happened here? We have to eliminate the S. ¿Ok? ¿Qué pasó aquí? Tenemos que eliminar la S del verbo. ¿Por qué? Porque ya tenemos doesn't, right? Ya tenemos doesn't, ya tenemos el verbo auxiliar. The other is you don't work very hard. You don't work very hard. Tú no trabajas muy duro. This is affirmative or negative. Yes is negative. Therefore, we are going to convert to affirmative, right? Okay, we eliminate don't and only collocate work. You work very hard. Okay, we don't add here don't. No le agregamos aquí el don't, solo queda normal. Como es you, el verbo queda normal. The other example says, we don't watch TV very often. This is in negative. Okay, we are going to convert in affirmative. Vamos a convertirlo en una oración afirmativa. Okay, we don't watch TV very often. We watch TV very often. Eliminate the don't and we put the verb equal, the same. Okay, eliminamos don't y colocamos el verbo normal. We watch TV very often. Very good. Next, we have here it. It doesn't rain very often. This is in negative, right? We are gonna convert in affirmative. Okay, here we have it. Therefore, we have to add the verb and s. Okay, aquí tenemos it. Por lo tanto, si nosotros eliminamos el negativo que es doesn't al verbo que es rain, vamos a tener que agregarle una S. Muy bien. It doesn't rain very often. In affirmative, it rains very often. Okay, very good. We have here Jerry and Nicole know many people. Jerry and Nicole know many people. This is an affirmative or a negative sentence. Yes, is an affirmative. So we have Jerry and Nicole are two people. Hay dos personas. Therefore, we use they. Okay? You can use the names if you want, or maybe the pronouns. Okay? Pueden usar los nombres o cambiarlos por pronombres. Don't worry. Jerry and Nicole know many people. Si tenemos dos personas que es they, ¿qué negativo vamos a usar? Do. ¿Ok? Don't. They don't know many people. Ellos no conocen muchas personas. ¿Ok? Tenemos they, usamos don't. Remember, the negative is before the verb. ¿Ok? El negativo va antes del verbo. Okay. Here we have another example. Fred likes soccer. Fred viene a ser he, right? He likes soccer. This is affirmative or negative? Right, this is an affirmative statement. So like soccer. Therefore, we are gonna use doesn't. Okay? Vamos a usar el negativo doesn't. And what will happen with the likes, with the verb likes? We have to eliminate s. Okay? Para el verbo aquí, en negativo, le tenemos que eliminar la s. Okay? He doesn't like soccer. Right? Very good. Eliminamos la S. ¿Por qué? Porque ya tenemos el auxiliar doesn't. Don't be confused. My car doesn't use too much glass. My car doesn't use too much glass. Okay? This is a negative or an affirmative. Right? This is negative. My car viene a ser it, right? Por lo tanto, al verbo le tenemos que agregar s. ¿Ok? My car doesn't use, here is without s, too much glass. ¿Ok? Al convertirlo en afirmativo y eliminamos el negativo, al verbo le tenemos que agregar s. ¿Por qué? Porque tenemos it. ¿Ok? It uses too much glass. ¿Ok? Okay, here we have a little test talking about the tone job. Okay, here you have to copy in your notebook and circle the verb in present. Okay, este texto van a tenerlo que copiar en su cuaderno y encerrar los verbos que estén en presente. Right, let's read. Tom's job. Tom works at a bank. He is the manager. He starts to work every day at 8 a.m. He finishes work every day at 6 p.m. He lives very close to the bank. He walks to work every day. His brother and sister also work at the bank, but they don't live close to the bank. They drive cars to work. They start work at 9 a.m. In the bank, Tom is the boss. He helps all the workers and tells them what to do. He likes his job. He is also very good at his job. Many customers like Tom and they say hello to him when they come to the bank. Tom likes to talk to the customers and make them feel happy. Tom really likes his job. Okay? Here you have to copy in your notebook and circle the verbs that is in present. That's all for today. Remember that you have to send your notebook your homework to my email. Okay? You have 1 week of vocabulary. Recuerden que tienen que enviar su tarea a mi email que les estoy dejando por aquí y tienen 1 semana de publicado el video. Thank you.